All right. Well, we are switching on over here with my new tools available to me through OBS, and we are live. Hello.
Hello. Are
It's
we
our
alive
fault.
yet?
It's Pro Tools.
I hate you
Live.
every time.
Xbox Live. 88 games.
And everything is made even better when I edited a certain thing today with you in it.
Oh,
That also made me
fantastic.
laugh.
Do you know that Live is also the Xbox Live, which is a Microsoft product, which runs on Windows 10 computers. It also runs internet browsers where you can find D&D Beyond.
No, not
Log in to dndbeyond.com/natural1
I knew
to get your
I
free
knew it was
premium
going
subscription.
somewhere. It just didn't know where.
It's 7 degrees of bacon just with
That's
D&D
lit.
Beyond.
Right?
Oh, man. Okay. Hi, Marshall.
Hello, all.
Hello, everyone.
So, in the last episode, we got to meet our band of heroes, some of which descend from greatness. Some of them just seem to coincidentally have the same last name, and another one is from the mountains.
That's it. That's the show.
What a concept! Sign
Bum,
on.
bum, bum, bum.
Give us money, NBC. Why can't you greenlight this? So no, we met our group of adventurers, but it was not when they had met each other. They, in fact, going into this, us as audience members into this story, are only coming into a point 2 years after they have met each other. All coming into the city of Thunderbane under various circumstances to join the Hammer of Thunderbane. Essentially just an adventurers guild or clan that has that has essentially a somewhat of a, we'll say, diplomatic immunity in its ability to travel and allow, kind of services amongst multiple lands within the continent of Thades. So many of the adventurers are from various parts of the world, and especially of both Thades and the peninsula that contains both Durn and Dalara, featured in our last campaign. Or a couple campaigns ago, technically now, since Dark Matter was the last campaign. But our last completed one, which was Shadows of an Empire.
Hey.
So the group here has been given their next and essentially first solo mission. Well, solo group mission. So without their effective babysitter. That's weird. I don't know why. I was getting confused by something not being shown, but yes. No, so they were given their new mission by their essentially teacher, Carissa Lockhart, of which she denoted that they would be traveling to a city in Luna.
Ooh, and apparently something's weird with the moon, too, huh?
Yes, what is of note for many of the characters, for a number of years, the moon has exclusively been in the crescent shape. Some look at this as a questionable factor of magic. Many just kind of let it be as it may. It's very dependent on your connectivity to the world and what is concerning.
It still follows the day-night cycle, though, right? Just
yes.
The night cycle is just crescent.
Yes. So, in our last, then, for what each of the members had gone through, then after going through the missions themselves, they kind of went off to set themselves up for the adventure. Of all people, the descendant of what was known as Jet Black, however, it was known later to have the last name of the familial name of Tori. His son Victor had done the party a favor upon getting their adventuring equipment. As Ku and Gaius had gone to bathe for a bit, especially as Ku had really needed it.
Thanks.
Kinder went off. You're the one who made the detail, all right?
it. I don't know what you expected.
You guys,
fair.
I didn't make this detail. That was all you. So you have no one to blame but yourself.
All right. I played myself.
You did.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Weird loud. Okay. So then Kinder had gone off to the library to learn more about the potential dangers that they would see with including goblins, hobgoblins, and orcs. So he was given the book Goblins and Hobgoblins and Orcs. Oh my. In which case he was able to read a little bit more about kind of specific patterns that orcs face. So effectively what this will do in terms of the span of me not needing to recite the entirety of a book or write one myself for that matter.
No, do it. Right
Get
now,
you.
online.
Nah, screw it. We're doing Skyrim style. Every book's written out.
Right? Just retcon,
Well, they only
retcon
write
another
like
campaign.
they only write like 3 pages in Skyrim. No,
Polygon will
what you will
disagree.
gain from this, you can kind of think of it like a small type of inspiration. So within the next, you will have advantage on rolls and history rolls about goblins, hobgoblins, and orcs
Oh my.
within
Wish
the
we
southern
read that.
Thades area.
Oh, that's less helpful than I thought.
Yeah.
It's helpful for what you guys are about to go to, which is
It's like real life.
you are sticking in southern Thades, so it
Is there
works.
anywhere we should make a note about that on?
Well,
D&D
it's just
Beyond?
Dylan. Well, it's just Dylan
It's
because
just
he's the one who read the
yeah.
book.
It's true.
So yes, I would make a note of it so you're aware, because I'd love as unfathomable as I love to be. I do forget things. So
Butterfly in the sky. I can
getting
fly
reminders is always
sky.
helpful.
Yes.
All right. So
I know
otherwise, I think it's because Victor I had gone to do that. Gaius, you had gone to speak to one of the more fun people in the world, or in the world of the Thunder of Hammerbane, which is did I say Humberbane? Thunderbane.
No, you said Hammerbane.
I
think.
did, but it's
Yeah,
I've been in
you've said that a couple
Thunderbane,
times.
which is Garrog Hammerbane. That was why. Like, is the slip of looking at his name and then the similar name. The great dwarven hero of the Hammer of Thunderbane. So he had a nice conversation, got some good advice. Tried to see what he could learn from his leadership. So good things coming. Bennett, I apologize. I did not put in the Blood Wizard yet again.
I guess I'll just have to never play it.
Right? I can
Just
still
keep the
beat you
PDF
die.
open.
I can do that.
Who chooses a class and then never plays it to its full potential? It sounds like a ridiculous
Right.
idea.
Ooh.
Only a crazy person.
Oh.
Anyway.
I need to find this PDF. Oh, found it. That was actually way easier than I thought it was gonna be.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
So, yes, we come back to Gaius, who had helped Victor putting away the exploration bags with all of you together, as then I believe we have to catch up with Ku. You had left the Ku. You had left the orphanage.
Mm-hmm. I was just running back.
Running back home.
What was that?
Were you like running back just to the headquarters?
Yeah, to find my fellows, my homies, my my brothers in arms, my associates, my yeah. No, I'm running back to catch up with them.
All right, and then Kinder. So you had left the library, or you finished. I will say at least you finished reading the book.
It was a pretty good read. I don't know why I had to read it from right to left, though. I'm not very used to books like that. But it was informative, at least.
So, what is next for Kinder then, and his day?
I think Kinder. That's me. Why am I talking in third person? Weird. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go visit Mr. Conway, Mitchell Conway, I believe is his full name. I want to actually see if I could get my boomerang sharpened.
Oh, he's talking to the quartermaster.
Yeah, that's the one, the quartermaster.
People take notes.
Good. So yes, you head over. Takes a good like 20 minutes or so to get down to the quartermaster.
Mm-hmm.
As say, hey, Kinder. It's good to see you. It's if you don't recall the description, it's kind of more like that. The house has the shape, but then it has this like large window.
Okay, gotcha.
So you don't go in anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Hello again.
You open a door. What are you doing in my house?
Just like slowly close it.
Sorry.
Hi there, Mr. Conway. I just wanted to stop by and see if maybe you could sharpen up a few of these items I got here. Gonna be going on a big trip.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, sorry. I'll have to put you in line, of course. When are you all looking to head out?
I think today, actually, or maybe it was tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just so excited and I'm nervous. This is a really big deal for us, you know?
Well, let's see. It looks like it's about midday at this point. May not be. I guess it depends on how long in the evening you wish to travel. Let's see. I could, because I have a couple people ahead of me in terms of, and the effectively the fixing up department. I can get you any easy requests as of now if you need any packs, or I know your companion Victor has went on a ride. Your companion Victor stopped by and picked up explorers packs for pretty much everybody. So I don't know if there's anything else you would requisition.
Okay, so out of game, just to be sure. So if I get some of these items sharpened, am I not gonna be able to have them with me on my journey? Would it take longer?
Well, yeah, he needs, essentially, he's got other people he's got to like do weapons care for, so it's more that like you would have to wait like a couple hours or something.
I would have time then, right?
Yeah, that's why he was saying like it depends on how long you want to be, like how much daylight you want to have on your first day's trip.
Okay, I got you. I suppose that is maybe something I should go over with the other guys there first. I don't want to keep them waiting.
Well, if I can get you any small supplies right now, if you'd like.
You said that Victor had already gotten us some potions?
Your packs. Yeah.
Oh, the packs, yeah. That's real thoughtful of them.
Yes, our requisition packs should all have given you a little, or given you a little bit of, giving you a couple potions to keep yourselves going. That is referring to the potions that I told you guys to add at the beginning of last episode.
Yeah, the 5 potions.
Yes.
Furiously double checks, make sure you put it on. Yeah, we're good.
Alright. So yes. Otherwise, yes. Anything else though you would want?
Well, having the potions of healing is pretty nice, but I was kind of wondering if maybe you have anything potion-wise that'll, help us out against other stuff, like something to help us resist poisons or anything scary like that, like fire or poison fire. One time I read about poison fire. It's only been in one book, but the guy who wrote it insisted that it was real and it happened to his cousin. I don't know how valid it is, but the thought of it gives me the shivers, to be honest.
Is that what it's like when there are the dragons that do poison damage? Like if there was a dragon that did poison damage instead of just
I don't know,
acid?
maybe we'll find out, Marshall.
Them green dragons.
Man, green dragons, what? Who even? So do you have any potions like that, or?
Let's see. I mean, we've got bottled breath. That's a funny thing. That's just more of a funny note. It really doesn't have much to do that.
I'm definitely laughing on the inside right now.
Oh, that's something I forgot that existed and definitely want to use later. I scrolled by something that it's not more of a stabby thing, and just more of a really fun potential human interaction thing.
Oh no.
Let's see. Well, let's see. I think our potion master has crafted up a few resistance potions. In terms of how many we've got is dependent. A lot of the potions we more get out to the higher up in the, essentially those are a little higher in the totem pole, if you know what I mean. Obviously they go on traditionally more dangerous expeditions, so
well, I think ours is actually going to be potentially dangerous too. We're
I'm sorry. I started laughing because I just saw Jade's dog jump up the bed with a cup in its
mouth. Yeah.
Dog's like, what do you got? Pilsner IPA.
I love Jade's dogs.
Oh, that was funny. Continue, Dylan.
I also don't even know where it got from.
Cool dog. I mean, yeah. I think you got a point, but this mission could actually be pretty dangerous itself. We might encounter goblins or orcs or hobgoblins even. I just want to make sure everybody's prepared and ready to go.
Oh yes, no. I understand your concern.
Yeah.
We're not with a lot of potions at the moment, so getting we're at the point where we have to until we get more created. We're gonna have to
Kinder
focus on.
takes off his wizard hat and kind of like holds it like this, and he gives him like the big old like puppy dog orphan child eyes.
I guess make a persuasion or performance, I guess. Well done.
That's gonna be a 16.
Ooh.
You could have rolled a 2 because He may or may not be
Hey!
rolling on the critical fail chart.
Hey!
So,
Mitchell
it's just like,
Conway disappears
well
and is
then.
replaced by Alex.
Shows up in the random room with Silent. They're like, I have no idea.
Let's see what terrible things happened to him today.
Shit's crazy, am I
First
right?
time.
You want a beer?
He has to give all his money to the first person he sees.
Oh,
You know Silent is in that room and he's already got like an armchair and just like a shitty CRT TV.
So you see him like, you kind of see him be like, "Ooh, whoa, no, I don't want to log out." You kind of see him like, "Oh," as he like just, you just see him kind of vanish
Oh no!
as Victor.
Mr. Conway?
Victor.
Yes.
As you're kind of getting, as you and Victor and Gaius, as you're kind of picking his stuff up,
Mr. Conway?
as you're kind of like you're getting him all settled and you're grabbing all his stuff.
Sir?
All of a sudden, the quartermaster appears in front of you. Puh! What?
Did we forget something?
Was it something I said?
Did I
You
drink
forget your
something today?
change.
I didn't think we had any portable hose anywhere, but here I am.
If you're gonna do magic, can you like take it somewhere else?
Don't worry, I plan to take it back to my shop. As he just kind of leaves.
Turn to guys like, well, look at that. Did you invite him?
Well, you were still in
No.
the main. This is when you guys were in the main room, and you had like come in the door with all the bags. I guess make a perception check, Kinder.
I was gonna say, like, how long would it take him to get back?
Not very long.
Perception check is going to be 19.
All right, yeah, no. So you see him. You kind of turn around at some point, and you see him exit from the main hall. A little bewildered.
Mr. Conway, what was that all about?
Yeah, he gets closer. I don't know, but I'm gonna not say no anymore in case that happens again. I don't know if something came out of the hat of yours or what, but
Kinder
give me a
looks
moment.
inside of his head and he's just like,
Yeah, give me-
honest, I don't think that's the case.
Well,
This
just,
is my mom's hat. It shouldn't have anything wrong with it.
Give me a moment. Let me get back inside. As you kind of see him walk around as you'll hear the door, and they'll come up with a small little dark green potion as I go. Well,
Shoves the hat back on his head.
here you go. You know what? I'm mostly my concern that it may happen again. Here. And you can add one potion of poison resistance.
Hey,
Ew.
you can resist all those toxic people now.
Was that for all of us?
Now Britney
No.
Spears is stoppable.
It wasn't for all of us?
No. You're not there.
Yes, it was for
You're
you.
currently
who did
assisting
absolutely
your
nothing to retain-
teammate with
Why
6
would I do
people's
something
worth
so stupid?
because you're trying to impress Hammerbane.
Yeah. I
Sound like a
already
leader.
impressed-
Because you're
I
trying to
rolled a
convince him that you're this big leader.
Oh, I already convinced him.
Yes, you have. But if you wouldn't have convinced him you were a good leader if you neglected your team member.
Wait, was that acid or poison resistant?
Poison.
Poison, got it. Okay.
Poison.
There we go. That is
so,
some
Eddie,
poison.
I guess anything else that you needed?
No, that'll be it. Sorry to bother you and maybe make you disappear.
It's hard
I
to
think
say,
I'm gonna
really.
go.
Many strange things happen in the world nowadays. Am I right?
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
the
you're
moon
telling
is
me.
all crazy, and now I transported it into the dorm.
And the kids are all on their magicular phones. Back
They're
in
just
my
vaping
day.
all the time.
And all those terraforms with China. Anyway, I'm gonna head back and be with the rest of the group.
Oh man.
But thanks for all your
Shout
help.
outs to Huawei.
Shoutouts.
Hey man, how about shout out to Yahweh?
Always watching down on us. I love you, buddy.
Anyway. All right.
Yeah, so Kinder's gonna leave. He's
Okay.
gonna meet up with the rest
As
of the
you
group.
wrap up, you'll pretty much see Q getting up to the door as you get to the door as well.
Oh.
Kinder.
Oh, okay. So I see Kinder.
Yes, as you're running
I
up.
have an important question.
Yes.
Q or Ku?
Cool.
Cool.
Ku. Okay.
Mine's of distant.
I gotta keep that in mind.
Like a fox
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Not in this timeline. Oh yeah, actually in this timeline. Sorry, I keep getting my timelines jumbled up from Warlock and Paladin. Just walking up or jogging up, like, oh, hey, Kinder, hey.
Whoa.
You're yelling
Peeking a little-
blows out
peeking
your
a little bit
puny
there,
little
yeah.
micro
Ku, it's
laptop
good to see you,
microphone.
and your mic is peaking.
My bad. Hang on.
You must be really excited.
Hang on one sec.
Check out my
Yeah,
fat
the
Pikachu.
microphone, the laptop microphone can't handle him. He's too strong.
Now I can't hear him at all. He's really a man of both extremes.
Check out my fat Pikachu.
That's a
yes,
fat
the way Pikachu's meant to be.
I can't say these things.
Okay, how about now?
So fucking
Okay, how about now?
I'm sure you're good.
thick.
Yep, you're right.
Better? Okay.
I mean, I won't
Like-
know until you start yelling again.
That's right. Hey, Kinder.
Yeah, no, nope. Yeah, I would just refrain from yelling while you're on the laptop microphone.
Got it. All right. Hey, Kinder.
Yeah,
You got everything?
yeah. I think I'm all set. I think I'm ready to go.
All right. Awesome. I pick up Kinder and I start
Oh,
running.
so you
away.
did you just
Don't
so you
touch
sh-
me.
yeah,
Oh
okay.
God.
It's just like real you.
Wait, real him or real me?
No, like real, kind of both, I guess.
Kind of both, right?
Yeah, if I do, if I
Franny
do
greets
see-
you by hugging you and lifting you off the ground. So yes.
That is my usual greeting. Yeah, I just pick people up. But yeah, no, Dylan. If I were to see you in real life after all this time, I would just pick you up.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm picking up Kinder and I'm running with him underneath my arm.
To where?
I don't know. And after about 10 p.m., like,
Adventure,
Or
Marshall.
roll a d8.
Adventure.
okay,
Let's pick a direction, shall we?
We're
that's
going west.
3.
3.
Yep,
Yeah, you're going.
run into a wall.
Let's see. Well, you're going. So, well, you're going east, and you came from the north, so you're going like the opposite direction of the door
Okay.
into the.
And about 10 feet, I stop and I just look down at Kinder. By the way, where are we going?
And Kinder's kind of funneling around in his bag, and he's like, he's using his other hand to like keep his hat held on. He's like, we need to meet up with the rest of the group so that we can head off towards Thades. Actually,
Oh,
You're the
We're
continent
in
is
South
Thades.
Thades, because we got to get to Moonblade,
Luna.
Luna and Moonblade.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know
My
that.
Google Maps, it's not working right now. I'll tell you what.
I'm
Google
struggling with the map.
All right, no
I'm
worries. I'll
kind of
just...
upside down, so like I'm having a hard time.
That's it.
Oh yeah, my bad. I just put him on the ground. Okay. Lead the way, Kinder. I will follow you to the ends of the earth as long as you have food.
There's some scary implications there, but okay. Let's
Don't
do
worry.
it.
Don't worry.
You won't become food until after
You're not going to
stuff is
become
done.
food. It's look, you're not going to become food. It's just, you're going to be there. I'm going to be creating a fire, and I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to talk about how hungry I am, but you're not going to become food. It's just the implications.
All right. It's fine, Kinder. You're third on the list. of 3.
Just remember, the
are you
Donner
hurting
party was
these
avoidable,
adventurers?
and then Kinder's gonna head off.
Are you hurting these adventurers?
No, he is not hurting the adventurers. He's just standing there menacingly, because of the implications.
Right.
What?
How did
Keep
we end up
talking
on a
about these
boat?
implications, man.
Are you eating
Where did
adventures?
this boat
No,
come from?
I'm just saying that there are implications.
Just saying. and it's not like they won't want to be eaten.
Yeah, it's not like they're
Because
gonna
they
not.
don't have the option to not be eaten. But they'd be okay with it, because of the implication.
Oh man.
God, I'll miss that show. Anyway, so you guys head back into the
Yeah.
into the
Yep.
building.
Need to go find the other two.
So Victor and Gaius, at this point, you two have made it back to your rooms to begin packing what you need outside of
Alright, is
things that
everyone
are
else
in
back? And I can yell at them for not helping us carry things.
They will be shortly,
Okay.
but at this point, you are inside of your rooms.
Fussing about.
Yes, well, there are many things to make care of, since you will be gone for weeks.
Yeah, I should probably pack some stuff.
Yeah, one pair of clothes.
I'll throw my book in a suitcase.
Your what?
So
Your
I'll throw
suitcase?
it. My book.
Ah.
I pack it away.
He reads?
The wizard reads? What?
In this economy.
In this economy. All right. So yeah, so you guys are packing away. Anything particular that you do with? Are you kind of picking up for anything?
Clothes, because I actually care about my appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Gaius wood. A comb. Things like that. Scraps of paper. Just in case.
Alrighty.
I was gonna say that plant, but it's broken now. So,
Well, she mended it. Remember?
Steal the plant.
I'm gonna put the plant in my suitcase. Can I use like magic to hold it together?
All right. Victor, anything particular you are attempting to take with you?
Weapons, clothes. I make sure to pack my invitation, or not invitation, the thing.
What thing?
For introduction. My nobility, so everyone can know who I am.
Because of God forbid.
That was the right time for a dramatic floor sound effect.
Yeah.
All right. As Kinder and Ku, you kind of get up towards your room a bit. You will see where did it go? Where'd you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from?
You will see Maria kind of walk by, or kind of essentially walking in the direction you guys are. Sorry, she's walking towards you because she came from the room next to you. As you'll kind of see her look into what is your room. As she'll go. She'll kind of immediately turn into your room. As Victor and Gaius, you will see Maria enter the room, and she goes, "Well, now where did you put it?"
The minute she turns into the room, I'm just gonna grab Kinder by the back of the scruff of his shirt to like, hang on one second, and just keep him in the hallway for a little bit.
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't. The planets don't just disappear.
Tuck it. Who knows what that thing does?
I do. I planted it.
Check the cat.
The cat wouldn't take Couldn't take the entire pot.
Took it off the shelf before. Maybe it's magic fixed it.
It'll knock it off, but it's not even on the ground. It's nowhere to be seen.
Look, man, all I can tell is it's not here. And do you really want me to?
I'm sorry, what was that? I ruined the dramatic effect. Do you want to what?
To gate.
Investigate? Yes, if you would like to help. Yeah, sure. But, I don't know. You! She's like slapping your arm, guys.
Okay.
Have you seen this flower? Where's the flower go?
What's a flower?
I'm just outside in the hallway.
She's-
Kinder
she
hearing the
just-
entire thing.
And she just like has her like, just like where like her fists are on her hips, and she like looks up at you.
I'm just looking down, Kinder. This is
I'm not
why we
looking
don't
for
go
sass
into the
today.
room.
How do you solve a
Sass.
problem like
Oh.
that?
But I'm all about sass. You know me. Yeah, and you know,
You can tell me
we're a
where
little late bringing our coffee this morning.
you could tell me where the flower is,
I told you I don't know what flowers are.
or I'll make you find the flower for me.
You know what? I actually think I left a pack of supplies for our party back in the lobby near my personal close friend, Hammered. Whatever
At
her
this
name
point,
is.
at this
Hammer
point, I'm
Bane
just
guy.
reaching over, closing the door.
You know, he's a big deal, just like I'm kind of a big deal. You know, I rub shoulders with celebrities as I'm off to do. So you know, I don't really have time to look for this alien artifact that you might be looking for. I'm not even sure if there ever was one in this room, so I'm gonna go back to get that pack, maybe a drink. You know,
You hear a muffled Kinder outside the door. What's the name?
Make a strength saving throw.
strength saving throw. Oh no.
He's gonna suplex
Ooh.
you, dude.
Right.
Oh boy,
He's gonna give you the cross face.
That's a 13.
great.
Ooh.
She beats you with a 25 as she lifts you up.
Okay. I know
won't-
where the plant is.
I won't be talked down by one of you young whippersnappers.
I know where the plant is.
Oh, do you now? To let you go. Well, so because she's quite shorter than you. She really just held you up from your chest.
Yeah, I'm still just like so taken aback. I like crawl over to my pack and like pull the plant out of my suitcase.
There we go. Brush it off. Leave this
Investigation.
here.
Oh,
This is for the room. God forbid you croak on your adventure, and then somebody who has to move in here doesn't get to have a little bit of color in this drabby place.
But dear, what if we just wanted a memento of you on our dangerous mission?
She just kind of gives you like the really like side-eyed, like just like full death stare.
I just collapse on the floor then.
You'll deserve it when you return from this one. She'll walk out,
Fair enough.
as you two will see Maria come out.
No way.
Good
Hi,
luck,
Maria.
you two.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're looking lovely today.
Thank you.
And I whisper to Kinder, these are lessons I learned through fear and through experience.
Classic lessons of fear.
Now it's safe.
As you two walk in to see Gaius on the ground.
I just kind of step over him as I go over to my.
I also step over and I want to
Yes,
say, first time, huh?
you'll see the two remaining explorer. Well, actually, it'd be the one remaining explorer pack. Your bed, coup.
Hey! Oh, that's handy. It looks like I don't have to use any backtrack or anything. Vic, was this you?
on my shoulders, as always. Might as well just be carrying the whole team while I'm at it. Oh, wait, I do.
Well, I mean, while you're
I
at
didn't know
it,
Vic was a healer.
I think whatever. Honestly, I'm gonna say, Franny, I think whatever you did made it worse. Because the entire sentence you just said was all
Oh,
just
no.
like it was just all like. Hurrah, hurrah.
oh shit. Hang on.
Like, it was real bad.
Um.
But yes, you guys kind of spend some time packing here. Inevitably,
Kinder's going to put away a couple extra hair bands to tie his hair back, and then he's also going to pull out a kind of large bundle of like wrappings, almost like bandage wrappings. Stuff those away, and then he's gonna try to somewhat sneakily reach around behind the dresser and pull out a couple books that he's got stashed away behind there and put those into his bag.
are you attempting to sneak that, or
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone to really
Alright.
notice it. He's trying to
so
not bring attention
roll a
to that.
stealth check?
Okay. Translator's note. Kinder is not a stealthy person.
Roll a
That
stealth
might
check.
help, though.
Narrator. He failed.
16?
Okay. Well, I have to imagine if you make it past. Oh, that might not be true. I was gonna say, it felt like if you made it past Victor, you probably made it past everyone else. And I believe I'm correct in this.
Honestly.
But like it's still potentially better than others. You and Gaius have the same. Okay. Well, either way, nobody notices it. Gaius
Cool.
is too busy being partially dead on the ground, and
I have like a book over my head now, and I'm just like
Yeah.
lying there, thinking about life.
as Carissa will kind of peer her way into your guys' doorway. Well, I hope you all weren't intending on leaving today now.
Not?
Well,
Not after almost dying.
I heard that.
Where do you train your like maids? Because dear God,
The twins are very special. They have gone through quite a bit in their age. There's a benefit to having the long. There's potentially a benefit to having quite the long living life, isn't it, guys? Huh?
I
You'll,
just like
you.
look at her.
I feel maybe you'll understand once centuries have gone by in your life.
Maybe I will.
For now, yes. But as I was kind of alluding to, is the sun would be getting down in maybe only a couple hours, so may not be the best of times for you to. Could be dangerous if you leave too soon.
Well, I suppose we could leave first thing in the morning.
Maybe we won't be
What do you think, Koo? Maybe an extra breakfast?
Yeah, will our coffee be on time this time?
It's almost like through walls you will feel the impending stare of Marina.
His spider sense goes off.
I like my like chest tightens up. What is this? What is this? I've never felt a
What is this
tension
feeling?
like this before. It's like I'm reloading something. Oh, Metal Gear reference. Everyone got it. Dylan probably got it.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
So yes, you guys you guys still kind of continue to try to pack yourselves a bit, I assume.
Yeah.
Well, I would also recommend trying to just get some sleep. If you get to sleep earlier, then you could try to set out a little earlier as well. You can still get yourselves a little bit of breakfast before heading out, but the Tia starts her day pretty early, so you can rest assured that you will find your way up. Just try not to oversleep. Guys, maybe it would be good of you to potentially keep an eye on that, since, well, you elves don't rest the same way that the others do, now do you?
I don't really like being discriminated against, but in this case, you're right. I'll keep an eye on that.
Well, you will be awake first before any of them, so once they have gotten their rest, if you get to bed early enough, then you should be good to go. I do appreciate your attempts, though, to try to be prompt. It is a good sign of that I may have taught you correctly.
Well, that's how team something functions. We don't have a team name, guys. We need to think of a team.
I've actually given this some thought. What do you say to sneaky magic?
No.
Well,
We'll
I
come
know
back to
that. Let's see. I know that I know Maria's had some names for you all, but I don't know if they're ones you want to go by.
What is it? Loud.
Yeah,
annoying,
my aunt
coffee
said I really
hungry
shouldn't
people.
say that second one that she uses.
Well, she's got quite the colorful tongue. I will be heading off, though, for the evening. You all, good luck in the morning. I will not see you tomorrow before you leave. You are
then
entirely
Goodbye
silent,
forever,
Franny.
Carissa. Muted.
Oh no.
There you go.
There you are.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, so what I said was thanks,
Nope.
boss, for everything.
Well,
You're a better boss than even the boss.
One could say you're a bigger boss.
We'll call you Big Carissa.
Maybe not that, guys. Maybe not that one.
We won't let you
Carissa,
down, man.
where's our heartfelt goodbye? What if we never come back?
I have my
Would
confidence.
you be happy leaving it just like that?
I have my confidence that you all will come back. Nevertheless, should something happen, know that I am very proud of how far you have all come. I think you have all grown in various ways, but you have much more growth to come.
Yeah, especially Kinder. I'm just doing the measure thing above his head.
You have gone through a small spurt since you got here.
The hat helps too, I guess.
Well, nevertheless, I will see you hopefully when you all return within a couple weeks' time.
Sounds good, boss. You have a great night.
You as well. Come, Shifter, as she starts to walk out from near the bed, from almost kind of what felt like around the corner of one of the other like cabinets. The cat will bounce off Gaius's head and run out the door.
What's the cat's name? Or what did she say the name
She
was?
seemed to call it Shifter.
I'll miss you most
Oh.
of all. Shadow. Wait for me.
By the way, Dylan,
Yeah.
how tall is Kinder?
Kinder is. I've actually got that right here. Kinder is 5'2".
Okay, yeah, all right. I'm 5'9", so it counts.
So are there any particular activities or things you would like to do then for the rest of tonight, or kind of this, or like kind of, well, I mean roughly like this is again like more like the winter, where the sunset is going to be a little closer to like 4, but like likely you're going to bed early is going to be like what would be like 7. You know,
I
8.
move.
Get a glass of mead at the tavern. Anyone who wants to come with me, Kinder?
Yeah. Sure.
I want to hit the
That sounds like,
bar,
sounds
Kinder.
like fun.
Yeah,
The little kid.
yeah.
So, well, Kinder's not actually a kid; he's just short. Right?
He is. So you know what that means? Lightweight. What do you say, Vic? You want to go get a few drinks on?
Watch you guys get hammered? Absolutely.
We're not gonna get hammered. We have to be up early in the morning.
Can elves even get hammered?
Yes.
The narrator just comes in. Yes.
The voice of God just comes down. Yes.
Corellia's just like, yep, I've got shit faced all the time.
Why do you think orc exists?
All right.
We all go get our some friendly drinking on.
All right. Any other like things you got? Anybody we kind of wanted to clean up or clear up or try to
I
find?
put the plant back in my pack.
I would have moved guys if he was still laying on the ground, just off to his side, and then proceeded on like nothing has happened.
When would you have put the plant back in your pack?
Right as we're about to leave.
Okay. So who leaves? In what order?
Oh,
I'll go first.
All
I'll
right.
go second.
All right.
I will leave third.
All right. So Victor, it's not always, you know, obviously this is a relative decent commune, and not anybody is allowed just to like walk in everywhere, right? So there's some relative security in terms of what you guys usually have and whatnot. Do you close the door?
Close the door? Absolutely. My
Okay.
stuff is in here.
Yeah.
Can I lock it?
I just
Yes.
I wanted to point out the fact that, you know, it's relatively like, you know, since there isn't many other, like nobody from the public comes in and whatnot. It's essentially a guild members only area.
Yeah, but this is Victor we're
Well
talking about.
secure.
He's going to lock the door.
Well, I know. I wanted to be sure.
There's a way to lock a door. I'd do that, but you know, no such magic exists.
It's why he's the last one out of the room every single time, because he's adamant about these things.
Okay.
Shut and lock.
So
It's why Ku would never lock a door, because he'd trust Victor to do it.
well, you
Real and prophecy, really. I couldn't trust Ku to do it, so I had to do it, and Ku he doesn't do it.
all right. So you put it back. You have a good evening.
Chuck, 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 Chuck. Bucks on the elf.
Which bag did you put it in, guys?
My own, the same one
I
I did
like
the
these
last
questions.
time.
Okay. So
he ain't no bitch.
and did you leave it in the room or with you?
In the room.
All these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall doesn't want us to leave with that plan.
It's not that I don't want you to.
Is that the Navy SEAL that works with us?
Okay. You have a good evening. You know, you kind of make your way. Eventually, you know, you all make your way back. You all kind of get a special, at least if you choose to, you are allowed the special free drink of called the Hero's Farewell, which is just
Ooh.
it's
Pumpkin
essentially
spice
a special gnomish drink that that they just kind of give off for anybody that's going on a longer trip.
What was it called again?
The Hero's Farewell,
The Hero's Farewell. Okay.
made by Tia herself.
Ooh.
Is it hoppy or is it more of a lighter brew?
Well, it's more of a it's a little more of kind of essentially what would have become like essentially more like a whiskey or like drink.
Something to clear the senses.
Mm-hmm. My dad came on to Tithurian and down that shit.
As you all
I drink
You
it
find
slowly
it-
like a gentleman.
you find it what you do find about it though is that it is strangely light
Poison.
and no light and easy to go down
Nice.
compared to comparable beverages. As
And then
you make it back to
knocks
your
us on the
room,
last.
rest for the evening. The plant rests on the windowsill with a small little piece of paper on just kind of sticking out of the dirt.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
As you come back in, the potted plant is at the window with a small little piece of paper sticking out of the dirt.
Shit.
I am opening that
I
note.
go and read the note. Very terrified.
You open it. There's
Power would kill.
no words, but
Next time I
suddenly
won't
you
get-
feel in your mind the image of Maria just death staring you down.
I just slowly tear the note in half. Does the image go away?
Yes,
Okay.
it came to you more like a flash, like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a jump scare in a video
Yeah,
game where it's just
yeah.
like boom.
I turn the plant like away towards the window.
You just rotated a plant. I hope you know that.
Gotta face away.
Yeah, whatever way it was facing before, I turn it away.
It's the message. All right. Well, you all begin to go to bed. Then you take your rest. Gaius, you go into your trance.
Yeah.
As you'll awaken. As usually the case. You wake up. You have you only require half the rest of your compatriots.
Awaken.
You don't all need a long rest. Ha! So you kind of keep track of the night as it kind of comes along. Do you do anything in particular while the rest of your party is sleeping?
I read from my special book.
Okay.
Oh my.
As that continues to you continue to push through with that. Inevitably, you'll kind of you will see, you'll kind of look up towards the skies. You'll see the figure of the cat kind of on the outside of the window, just kind of walking by as it kind of goes out.
I like reach my hand out, not looking at it. Just a minute. My hand or something.
Well, the window is closed.
Slightly.
Just bang your hand on the window.
Guys, shut up.
It draws you to the looming sunrise.
Yeah.
What's that ego noise?
I just imagine guys looking out the window and just saying, "Yeah."
daybreak.
So anything else?
I pick up the plant and look at it.
Okay. Still,
It's a bold move, Con.
doing a little bit, doing good.
I look longingly at my bag while holding the plant. Then a single tear falls down my face and I set it back.
White in the background, you could see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
The sun rises to like a almost red, what the crest of the sunrise is kind of starting to create that reddish hue in the sky.
Gaius X plant. New crack ship.
This is important. This means something.
It means something. Anything else?
No, I think that's probably it for...
Alright. So do you just go back to your book then, or?
Yeah, I would go back to my book. Well, how early is it? How much more time do we have?
I mean, you've been at your book for quite a good number of hours at this point. The sign of dawn break is
I'm gonna go for a short walk.
usually what they
around.
feel to be a telling sign.
Yeah, I'll go for a short walk if I've still got a little bit of time.
Sure. Sure. So you start heading out.
Checking around corners for Maria.
You don't see her, but eventually, once you get towards the main room, you start to see Tia kind of beginning to set some things.
Morning, Tia.
You're out early.
I am an elf, so...
Well, yes, but
More or
you
less
don't
always
often
out.
wander the hallways until your companions get up.
Well, it's a special day today. I thought I would take a walk to, collect my thoughts, I feel.
Yes, you all said you were leaving in the morning. Shouldn't you be? Shouldn't they be up by now? Then the sun is beginning to get up.
Should they be up by now?
Well, if you wish to eat and get out before the sun raises, then sure. It's up to you, I guess. What time do you want to leave?
Want to leave earlier. Is the food ready right now, though?
It's
Or,
very
will
close.
it be ready by...
Very, very close.
So my options are going back and waking up my friends. Or getting...
He called us friends.
Before everyone else.
Well,
I'm gonna trust that they're responsible adults and that they can get up at their own time. I'm gonna go get some food. Thank you, Tia.
take a seat for a moment. I'll be getting it out shortly.
Okay, thank you. And some coffee too, if you would.
Oh, sure. I will bring out the jug.
How does Gaius take his coffee?
Up the ass.
Straight up enema, bro.
Just sugar. That's how
I suspected.
All right. You're sitting there for maybe what feels like 10 minutes or so. As well, the coffee will come up sooner, but the food will arrive about 10 minutes later. As it'll kind of similarly to the norm, it is just kind of the you kind of bring up a plate and you get serves of things.
Ooh.
As you will see a number of other seeming adventure groups kind of beginning to make their way as well into the room, or just other elves.
Cool.
Cool beans, I guess.
I'm gonna gonna just keep eating, thinking about how my friends are still asleep and they're gonna not be late for our time. So they want to leave.
I love everything about this. Let's see.
Can we roll an awake check to make sure that we wake up on time, or what?
Here's what I'm gonna do. Wow. Okay. Everyone will hear this. As which so the all of a sudden the bed that Koo is sleeping in, the top bunk, because Koo, you are the one that has like the bed with Gaius, right, quote unquote.
I wrote this down. Hang on.
I thought it was showing Victor. Victor has the top bunk.
That's right.
Yep, Victor has top, Koo has bottom.
Okay, so Kinder.
Yep, I'm sleeping
You
face
in the
down
lonely
with
bunk.
drool coming down my face.
Kinder is on top bunk.
Well, you
with
were on top
Gaius
bunk before it became no bunk, as suddenly all three of you will awaken to the sound of cracking wood. You will hear this as well, Gaius, as your bed just seems to the posts just seem to collapse on themselves as you fall with the bed onto the ground.
Wait, who did?
Kinder.
Okay, yeah.
As you will take a point of I guess a falling damage.
I jump out of my bunk with a dagger already in my hand. Who is it? Who's there? Who's touching my stuff?
Guy just like turns his head down the hallway.
Yeah, you'll
like,
just hear a large
it was
crash.
I don't move.
nothing.
I don't move. I just say, close the door.
Kinder
Yeah,
like
yeah.
up out of the wreckage and like instinctually grabs his left arm. It's still got the glove on it, going all the way up to the base here. And then kind of like looks around frantically. He's like, "What's going on? What happened? What happened to my bed? What is this? What?"
Kinder, man, we are putting you on a diet. That
Maria
is.
will, as the door will open, you'll see Maria come in with like this just like super long nightgown.
The moment Maria
Small
enters the room,
little,
I get up.
rolls in her hair. What happened in here?
All right, I'm awake
What?
now.
What? What's going on?
The object of my fears here. Oh. Koo's just sitting on his bed, just looking at the ruined bed. Huh.
It's either that or
That's okay.
Kinder gained a lot of weight.
Gaius? Gaius? I'm like talking to the wreckage. Oh, Gaius is dead.
Did he? He didn't even.
Does this mean I get his slippers?
He's useless.
Gaius, I like sleeplessly just move the
As
Oh,
you'll
Kinder's
also
bed
see,
up.
You'll also see Tia kind of coming in as well. Sister, what? Oh.
Good
that's
news.
good.
Gaius isn't crushed. Bad news.
No, he's out. He's over there eating breakfast.
Oh. Well, look at that. No harm, no foul.
Wait, he's already having breakfast.
I'm gonna go back
I
to
was more
sleep.
surprised
Yeah,
he
we
didn't
should
wake
definitely
you
be
up.
mad about that instead. Yup.
I was more
That's-
surprised he
that's-
didn't wake any of you
How
up.
dare he?
That full elfin bastard.
Yeah, I thought you all were talking about last night that he would be waking. He was going to wake you up, but I guess not.
That's why you can't trust elves these days. All right, folks, come on downstairs.
It's just kind of like. What?
I'm just looking at him. I just go with it. He does this all the time.
We'll deal with this later.
Get out of the rubble, dust yourself off. We have to go. Koo, get your up.
Yep, sure thing. Let's go.
Oh, is Koo wearing the shirt?
No more ruckus.
Nope. He's not
No
wearing a
more
shirt.
ruckus until I finish my beauty.
Is he wearing pants? Yes, he is wearing pants.
Maria will then leave. You'll see her leave. Maria and Tia will both leave.
Kinder, you alright?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I don't really understand why that would happen.
That's weird. It's like some sort of divine intervention of some kind.
The good news is we won't have to deal with it. We'll be on the road. So somebody else's problem.
Hey, I like that feeling. Let's go eat.
Alright, as you guys kind of, all three of you kind of head over, and you will see Gaius polishing off his nice breakfast.
Hello, friends.
Hey, guys.
Morning.
Morning. Hey, your bet's destroyed.
Heck, man.
Why do you guys look so disheveled? You know, it's the morning. You're supposed to be up and ready to go. You're really late, honestly.
Weren't you supposed to wake us up, actually?
I was
That
right, Tia
is-
pronounces.
Tia, we talked about, you know, whether or not I was supposed to wake you up. That's more, you know, depending on your state of mind.
If you were supposed
Your
to wake us
philosophical views on life. Is anyone ever supposed to really wake up anyone at all? Is anyone even supposed to listen to it? I always have said to listen to your own heart. Never
All right.
let other people define you.
I'm done with this conversation. I'm gonna grab something to eat.
A good idea. I was also running out of ideas for that conversation.
Alright, as
It's
you guys
too
will,
early for the metaphysical.
as you all will finally go back, have your breakfast. When you head back and grab your things, and you begin to set yourselves out. As you
put the
begin,
I put the plants into guys' bag last time.
stealthily.
Stealthily. I'll give it that.
make a stealth check.
Alright.
When will you
All right.
realize your actions have consequences?
I am aware. But at this point, it's a running gag that I'm going to live for. 18.
You seem to just do it.
Just
You had it, like you're just about to get it in there, and then you just kind of see, like, out of the corner of your eye, you begin to see, staring at you from just off the doorway, Maria, as she's just like, she just looks at you and it's just like,
I see. That's how it's going to be. Put the plant back.
you know, when I roll in that 20, I gotta make it work.
Oh, yeah.
I like whisper over to Koo. I'm like, have you ever seen that stage play, Planar Beasts, licensed, corporation? There's that slug woman at the receptionist desk. She's talking about how she's always watching. She reminds me just of that character from that play.
Hello, Maria.
You're more like, hello, guys.
Hello.
Here we are. That's exactly what I'm
Stealing
thinking.
the plant today, Valith, aren't you?
Guy is valid.
How about we just get on going, huh?
Yes, as you guys begin to make your way, as you head out, and you begin to make your way out of the district of the that your clan is a part of, in what you kind of know is always the taller section. It's really the taller section of one of the extended buildings, effectively like the executive building of the Hammer of Thunderbane. In one of the top circular windows, you will kind of just see a figure of what you know is the headmaster's office, whom of which you have never met.
Oh, but we just see the figure through the window.
Yes, and it's his. Essentially, eventually the building is his home.
Can I like finger gun at him?
I wave.
You can go right ahead. Yeah, you'll see the figure remain stoic, or the shadow remain stoic.
He's no fun.
Healthy than
Yeah.
that.
Then again, I shouldn't judge him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he is lots of
All right, gentlemen, up and at 'em. Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
To adventure.
Yes, as you begin to leave the actual city of Thunderbane, the sun has really started to creep out, and after all of your breakfast and setup and whatnot, the sun has definitely begun to attain true brightness in the sky. The blue of the sky is more appearing. As the way you're going, though, there seems to be a decent amount of clouds you are heading towards.
Well, that looks promising.
So who is leading and who is the true follower, as in the last? Who is first and last in this
I'll
band?
lead.
I will give the parcel to Victor. Because from what I remember, last session I was given the parcel.
Yeah.
Also, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Okay. Oh, there you are. And I know the one person who can hold on to something and be trusted to always hold on to it is Victor. Like,
As my father said, there's no greater bank than that of the rogue.
yep. So when we started going on, I'm like, "Hey, Vic," and I got just toss him the parcel haphazardly.
It's in here.
You're in charge of it.
Did you get that plant after all?
Nope.
Damn.
Yeah. One of these days.
You all right, who's last then?
I'll be tastefully in the middle.
I'll be
This is Kinder.
yeah, what's left? Like the last two positions then?
In the back.
Bring in the backpack.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Victor and Gaius roll me survival checks.
Oh, give me 20 out.
It's a 15. Oh, sorry, 13.
Oh, okay.
I have a 17 total.
All right. All right then. Okay. So, you all seem to kind of, as you guys kind of come off the plains that lead into the actual city of Thunderbane, start to kind of go into more of these almost kind of pillar-like mountains. There's essentially next to these essentially are kind of going into this slight marshland. The ground you walk on is seemingly always wet anywhere you kind of go. It is here where the weight you carry seems to kind of truly show itself, as you find yourselves every now and then potentially slipping in the mud, having to try to get through the fun terrain that is this pathway.
This is why I'm not wearing my good shoes.
but a few hours pass as you kind of, take a break every now and then. As you kind of get into a section that kind of seems to contain a couple more of these, as a small, you kind of begin to walking into a small mist. Not a fog, it's not like a thick fog, but it's just like a mist.
Oh, something refreshing.
A little bit. As you get closer to the grayer skies, the blue behind you almost, and the cloud-covered skies in front of you. Make me perception checks, all of you. Everybody.
Alrighty.
Everybody.
Oh!
Is that a 10 you
Shit.
said?
No, I got a natural 20.
I was asking Jade. You big,
My
big
bad.
guy with a natural 20.
I rolled a 15.
What is the total, by the way?
22 with a natural 20.
My total is also 22.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, it goes to show I have shit perception.
Alright, almost kind of in the ground. What was yours again, guys?
15.
Okay, so pretty much everybody but Victor will see this.
I got a 21. How am I not?
Oh, I thought you said you had a 10. I asked you if you had a 10, and you were like, yeah. Okay.
To be
never
fair, I
mind.
also just shut out my.
Well, no, I thought I heard him say 10. And I was like, 10? And he was like, yeah.
I was referring to Fran because he was yelling. It's like, yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
One is my role.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He's
you do see
supportive.
this. So you all see this. In the distance, kind of up towards the mountain, you almost see what kind of looks like the shadow of somebody dancing up kind of into up kind of on the grass line leading up towards the pillar, the stone pillar.
Oh. Guys, did you just see what I just saw?
Marshlands, yes. Let's not partake.
I'm talking about the dancing figure over there.
Let's continue on our way. We have nothing to do with it. If you wish to dance with the locals, we can do that when we get there.
You've seen me dancing. It doesn't work out that way.
Hilarious, which is why I suggest you do it more often.
Let's not and say we did not.
Sounds like you don't want to dance with that figure we all saw, so let's just continue on our way.
Exactly. I'm right there with you, Vic. Guys, Kinder, you guys in agreement?
Sure, why not?
Kinder, you can, whatever's on your mind, go ahead and say you're a valid member of this party.
You're all equally below me.
Vic's words, not mine.
Love having two party members with superiority complexes.
With nobility.
Truly.
Am I able to make out anything else in regards to that shadow? Or is it kind of faded away?
No, not really. It's very much in the distance, actually. So that's kind of more what's strange about it. It's, like a good couple 100 feet away, but yet, you kind of see it dancing about the side of the cliff, or the beginning of the stone.
Kinder's going to cast Dancing Lights. kind of murmurs to himself, and then like waves his hand upward, and these like 4 sort of small, almost torch-sized lights kind of like pop up around him, kind of illuminate the area, and he's gonna start walking towards it.
All right, I guess we're going with this plan.
There it goes.
All right, so no democracy then. I guess it's just a monarch or anarchy. Let's just, why following the plan? Sure, let the enemy know where we are and march towards them. All right, here we go, guys.
Hey, Kinder's
I Victor on the back and like, well, let's just roll the. It's more fun that way.
I'm just following after Kinder, hand on my double blade scimitar. Like, all right, Kinder, I'm gonna trust what you're doing.
I'm not gonna go too far.
I'm right behind you, man.
Close enough to send one of the lights out.
Look, do we need the
Yeah.
light?
Good plan.
Maybe not all of them, but
where we are.
I thought maybe we could light up the shadow and see what it is exactly.
I certainly didn't think about that. Go for it.
So as you get about 100 feet closer, the shadow kind of like dances into the shade. Like it's essentially the shadow of the mountain behind you that's on this one, or a pillar, as it just kind of goes into the, and it doesn't. So it effectively disappears.
All right.
Could I send one of my modules of light out towards that area now that it kind of disappeared into and kind of illuminate that?
Sure. As you get, you get a little closer to get it in range there. You begin to illuminate the section as the light kind of begins to show up on the side of the mountain. Is to just kind of, you just kind of see it illuminate, but there's no shapes that really seem to discern from any of the light showing up.
I don't really see anything.
I don't either, but let's be careful here. Vic, guys, you guys see anything?
Perception?
Sure, you could try rolling another one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's a 24.
Oh, shit.
What was yours? Jade?
25.
Both of you, don't really see any figures right now. You kind of are able to see now, getting a little closer, kind of over that you're getting close to, especially, you're a little more aware of this Gaius a bit. You're a little more aware that you can see the valley kind of coming up.
All I can really see is that we're getting closer to the valley.
And with your perception check, you're actually able to see there's quite a few torchlights coming from essentially the entrance of the valley.
I do see some weird things in the valley, but what about the dancing figure?
Yeah, Victor, you see the torchlights too, but
There's no dancing figure. Let's continue on our path and ignore any other distractions. Schedule to keep,
Alright, that's fair.
Oh, I did,
I'm gonna pull in the outward light and bring it back in with the other ones and kind of form them back down.
we should go through the valley, though, I do remember. When I was talking to the Hammer Man, what's his name? He was giving us tips about how to proceed on our mission. Apparently the top of the valley incredibly cursed, incredibly dangerous. Might be a frost giant around here.
That information would have been great to know before we wandered off the path.
Why did you wait to tell us that?
You know, I was just thinking about that plant a lot.
I was thinking about other
honestly.
things.
That plant was kind of on my
You're
mind. I was still pretty scared of Maria.
That's
Distracting.
understandable. And yeah,
Let's now be on high alert and not wander off the path anymore, Kinder.
Well, you know, going off the path is fine. You know, be careful of sleeping frost giants, I'd say.
Just gonna stumble up on one of those that could trip over a log. I'm pretty sure they're pretty obvious to see.
Yeah, see, so we'll be fine.
no. Let's just keep going.
Please.
Yep. All right.
Okay, we'll stay close to each other.
All right. Well, as you all begin to get closer, the torchlights that are near the beginning of the valley start to become clearer to the rest of you.
Now, well, we're getting somewhere. Do we remember anything about people telling us of like checkpoints or whatnot on the road?
And nothing that you were told specifically.
Okay, so we're just see torchlights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, hopefully people.
All right.
These monsters typically need lights. Most of them can see in the dark.
Well, it's still the daytime.
All right, hopefully really blind people.
I'm pretty sure blind people don't need lights either.
All right, people.
That's option.
I'm running out of options here.
People were here.
I don't know. Maybe it's just we're just being jumpy from this being our first mission.
Yeah. Mission that is.
Yeah, we should be good. All right. Let me take point on this one, just to be safe.
Oh, by all means. By the way, did we give any thoughts to the team name?
No, nothing yet.
Tiki Magic Punch works well.
Did you say Kiki Magic Punch?
I believe it encompasses everyone and everyone feels represented. And
Sure.
Short.
All right. So we've got Ku taking
May
the
I
lead
suggest
then.
the Kicky Magic Punch Boys, or KMPB for short?
I believe more of us, some of us identify more close to the men than boys.
But it's boys as in BOI, so you know it has a different connotation then.
Yeah,
It's boys into men.
the implication.
Yeah. The implications are
Improper
different.
spelling.
The implication that you're fighting
that is
a man,
proper.
but in actuality, it's a boy at heart.
There's a distinct difference between boy and boy.
Boy.
It's the Y and the I.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a distinct difference.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah,
It's canon.
going forward. Double blade scimitar ready.
The haze kind of comes in and out as you continue to walk closer. You kind of, you can kind of come in and out of some of these pillars as you kind of go across towards it. Inherently, these are very interesting figures, as like they're, you don't often see almost just like pure, just like columns of stone. Granted, they're not like perfect spires, but they're just like these. It's almost like somebody just like took part of a mountain and would just like cut out parts of a mountain, and then just like, I'll put it here, and then I'll put it here. So they kind of allot you in a way to almost kind of not be like maybe traveling right in the middle of anything, and try to look over the haze a bit as you get closer. As you'll get closer to one of the spires, as you'll hear a let's see, do any of you speak Goblin?
No.
That's nigger people.
No.
I
I
know.
speak.
I know how to speak the language of the
No,
devil, but not this.
I do not.
I could speak for the language of my peoples.
So
I
also
can also
Infernal.
speak.
Got it. So you all right, so none of you hear this, but you do hear kind of the grunty language of often what you kind of have heard in the past to be goblin like, as you'll kind of hear just like very grunty, just like Garflatus Burger, as you'll hear then a little scrambly, just like yeah, get out. As you'll hear two like little sticks clag, as you hear like cat.
I don't know what that is.
No idea.
It sounds like a giant goblin is commanding a bunch of tiny orcs. I think that's what's going on here.
I thought someone was having a stroke.
We just keep moving, not our problem.
What if
It
is
sounds
our
very
problem?
close to you.
Yeah.
I would. I was kind of
Be a
mentioning.
little
I don't
close
know
to
if we
not
can
being a
avoid this.
Sure, I can avoid this.
Are we avoiding this? I'm just holding the scimitar.
Okay. Let's see. As look at you.
Actually, want to fight?
Kinda?
You always want to fight. You don't count.
Oh, that's fair.
As a
DM.
yes.
To stay.
What? What was that?
And magic. The magics. And the important middle part is sneaking magic punch.
I mean, I guess I don't know what you're planning on doing here.
Plan.
Well, is there any way around that we can see really?
Well, first, what happens is you kind of will see out of what feels like kind of out of nowhere one of this a stick kind of fly, and it'll just kind of hit you, Ku, in the chest. It doesn't hurt, but it just like you just kind of see it fly and just go like, ow! As
I've seen this now.
slowly you'll see a tiny goblin kind of appear from the mist as it just kind of like looks
Oh.
just kind of looks at you. He's just kind of like,
I cast friends. I cantrip.
Don't make a move.
don't move, it sees through movement. Its vision is based on movement.
I cast friends. And
Ding
I.
ding 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 ding.
The way to put that.
All right. I mean, you'll just kind of hear him be like, as you'll see the other goblin and a hobgoblin also then appear.
Meld into the shadows.
And it's like, oh, this isn't good.
What are you doing here?
We're just simple package deliverers. Trying to get to Luna.
So you wish to go through the valley?
That would be ideal, yes.
Pretty much the
Uh,
shortest route, yes.
Well, you will have to go through our camp, and our leader.
That
You-
won't be a problem now, will it?
To impose.
That
it's, you know,
depends, I guess, on what our leader feels about what you possess.
Well, he doesn't really particularly need to know what we possess. Just need to pass on through.
Well, that is for him to decide, but you can look at it this way. You can come with me to our leader's camp, or you can take your chance up the Crescent Mountain. We already lost a couple
like the
brothers
look.
who decided to wander up that path.
I look back, it's like, yeah, we should not. Cursed Mountain would be heavily advised against that.
So you're saying go through the camp?
Yeah.
surely there's another way between death and robbery.
Well, let's just see. I'm sure I feel it will be simpler this way if you just come with me.
I mean, it's just 4 of us against how many of you? I say, trying to persuade it to tell me how much are in its camp. It's a mind trick. I don't know. I guess
Would you potentially
deception into trying to deceive it into telling us how many people are in its camp.
These little creatures may be weak, but they're sneaker than you think. You won't make it past the group
Don't work
without.
on that.
If you just roll up into our camp, things won't go so well for you. If you come with me, without a fight, maybe it won't go so poorly.
Point. I always do prefer an escort over just wandering around.
That's fair, but he's still making it seem like the things will still go poorly even if we go with them.
Well,
Who-
I'm
who
pretty
is to
sure
say?
we can handle that.
It just at that point we'll be in the middle of their camp and surrounded.
Not a problem for seasoned veterans such as us. I mean, these are simple goblins who wish to negotiate terms. I'm sure we could come to an arrangement of. Mhm.
Yeah, I guess Kinder has a question.
Mr. DM, sir.
Yes.
With my reading that I just did yesterday, was there any information in regards as to whether goblins will usually take hostages or
Yeah.
Kill them
Roll
right
me
away.
a history check with advantage.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, that's not too bad. A 24.
Yeah, so actually mainly what this kind of is every now and then essentially there will be these smarter orcs who run hobgoblin and goblin tribes will effectively, like, every now and then they'll create blockades into popular roads essentially to create a toll in which case they will take the things that they want, which it depends on tribes' desires. Sometimes it will be weaponry. Sometimes it is purely the money that people carry. It depends on if they have anything that feel like it could just be based on how shiny things are that you possess. So it depends on whenever they get there. But often they will potentially just leave roadblocks. Why this one is particularly, it's essentially particularly kind of giving you the easy way in, is a little unorthodox. But it partly is dependent on kind of what reason would a hobgoblin have to kind of try to make a deal with somebody without the chief's note. Usually indicates some type of I guess you could say, like, potential civil dispute within the band.
Mm. I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Victor. You might have the right idea, actually. I think this goblin is planning something, or maybe there's a little bit of unrest in the camp, but if we follow him, we might just have to give away something shiny or a trinket or something. Maybe we can figure out something that they can take that won't be super important to us.
You happen to have a shiny trinket that you are willing to part with?
I have an idea. It's kind of crazy and it requires a lot of persuading, but maybe it'll work.
To me. Yes, Mr. Goblins, we will follow you to your camp and see this through.
Well, okay. Good.
Okay, I didn't think you'd
No, I was
fall for it, but okay.
I was just trying to look at something. A lot of crap at the moment. Heading I'm being pestered by things.
Yeah.
But yes, no, so very well. Good. The smart decision then to take the mountain path. As so just kind of whistle to the two, just like as you'll see the two goblins kind of skitter off. I have sent them ahead. As long as we go on the terms that many of you human-like creatures call honor, then maybe we can stick to that. Come. As they'll start
Understood,
kind of
Worf.
walking.
All right, guys, we'll see what the play is here.
I'm ready if you guys are.
I'm also ready.
Yep.
You can see the faint glint of a dagger hidden beneath my cloak.
All right.
I lock eyes with Victor, and I kind of like bring my hand down for just a moment to kind of pull back the robe just a tad and show that I also have a dagger stashed away ready to be used.
I just have the double-handed scimitar in my hand. Are we gonna go forward or what?
Let's follow them as proper adventurers shall.
Onward and upward, I suppose.
To front.
As you alright, as you guys begin to head forward, the hobgoblin kind of has a starts to kind of head down the small slope from this kind of side of the Pillarous Mountain. As a very faint, as you kind of hear the sounds of a very faint, essentially the very faint sound of a viol being kind of plucked. So it's kind of like the blink, 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 blink. As you will see the hobgoblin kind of fall, blood coming out of its throat. As you will see a masked man in a purple vest and
Purple vest.
white, very pure white pants and shoes. stand in front of him. Well, now it's time I give you a favor.
Yes, we were just about to take care of that, so it's not like you were saving us.
Sure.
Situation quite under control.
I am very confused.
I recognize him, right?
Everybody can roll a history check a bit, or make an intelligence, just intelligence.
6.
It's not a D&D campaign if I don't drop my fucking dice.
24.
15.
I have 15 as well.
All right, so everyone but Ku.
Nope.
You kind of recognize the vest color.
Mm-hmm.
As you will see this almost nobly clothed man.
I remember.
Kind of stand with his with a rapier, as he kind of then pins it to a veil that kind of just seems to manifest as in almost kind of a dark haze. You will kind of see him start to kind of play like a small higher pitched tune, a little quick pace.
I remember.
You all feel that you know the way, but yet you walk openly into your doom.
I ask him, why are you here? Of all places.
I am meant to guide lost souls. And yours seem like they're about to become very lost. As his mask seemed to kind of cover the entirety of his face. The getting towards the back of his head just kind of seems to be pure shadow. But his almost regal outfit almost kind of stands in antithesis to it.
So much for our solo adventure.
Yeah.
How would you say our souls are about to be lost, but
Well, you openly walk into the trap.
If you go
these
in expecting a
creatures.
trap, it's not much of a trap, is it? Trap, and we trapped around their trap, thus making our trap their trap, and their trap our trap. Don't you understand?
So you walk into a camp of dozens of these creatures, hoping to just make it through with your stance and courage.
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah,
To
we're
be
pretty
fair,
confident in
sir,
our
we didn't really know
abilities.
that there
I
were
see no
thousands
downside
of
to
them.
this.
That didn't work out for the last group. It doesn't
Well,
seem
we didn't
like
know
it'll work
that.
out for yours, now will it?
No.
We wouldn't know now, would we? Because we never get the opportunity.
I tried to warn the last group, but they didn't listen to me.
So you take more drastic measures with us.
Well,
Is this all you do? I remember you, I feel.
I don't know. Do you?
The Guardian, but I feel like you're the only one needing protection here.
I ask him, I was never able to ask your name all ago.
But I float around the land. Not many people have a name to give me. Some believe I am only a shadow. Do I even exist? Well, clearly, at
Well.
least for him.
Is that a rhetorical question?
I don't like this.
Okay, well, that was our plan of getting through the camp. So now what, Mr. Genius? Because we're gonna walk into their camp, or they're gonna wonder, hey, where'd that guy go? And who are they gonna blame? The magic purple man who disappears without a thought? Or the four adventurers standing in the middle of their camp? We're not going up those cursed mountains unless you feel like guiding us again, since you're so great.
Oh, and what makes them so cursed? People get lost in the code and don't know how to deal with it, and then die because they think only wearing a small little tunic is going to keep them warm.
I turn over to guys. Didn't that dwarf guy you were talking about say not to go up the mountain?
He did. So,
That guy just point to guys.
Walking through their camp. Regardless.
Yes.
you know, we would, but
Well, it seems now you are on a bit of a bind now, aren't you? You say that
Thank
you
you
could
for
just
that.
go. However, now their compatriot is dead, and he has two little minions of his going to tell them that he's taking them there. So you show up to their camp, and he isn't there.
So it looks like we're killing the camp.
Anyone happen
Or-
to see
You
that
wish to
play?
fight a
Well,
camp?
actually,
You wish to
an
fight the
act-
camp of orcs. You're quite the rambunctious one now, aren't you?
well, now
Okay,
that we're in
forwards.
this somewhat
Who I
shitty
don't
situation,
think we can really do that.
I think, well, Hammer Man Bane Thunder did mention to me that the frost giant would be asleep.
Ah,
As long as-
yes, the tomb.
There's no guarantee that he'll wake up.
You trust
That-
the gold
Quite the
because I
legend
do not
that
play
many
my
tell.
joke.
It's true. It's also a legend.
Okay, purple vested masked man. Listen, so what you're telling us, what you want us to go up that mountain to encounter whatever you want up there, huh?
It is seemingly your only option at this point. Unless
All right,
you
how do-
believe you can take on the camp of wild orcs.
All right. So what makes you think that we can trust you? All we know is that you just killed the guy.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't expect you to trust me, young traveler.
All
But
right.
I expect you to acknowledge your lack of choice.
I acknowledge it, and I hate you for it.
As he'll just kind of start playing his tune again.
Right, so ignoring this guy, our choices remain. Do we go into the camp, try to sneak our way around it? We don't necessarily have to be in it.
I mean, we can always head back. We can always head back to town.
Immediately give
Feel
up.
like that's an option, really.
Go back.
I
To,
like
Oh.
the mountain.
go back to Carissa. Let her know we have this weird guy just blocking the path here.
Oh, I'm not stopping you. Go as you please.
Yeah. You're not in the conversation right now. Hold on. Anyways, Kinder, you've been silent about this. What do you think?
I just, I don't know. I trust what Gaius's friend had to say, but maybe Il Pantissimo here has a point as well about the ice giants. Maybe they can be snuck past. Victor, you're great at sneaking. Maybe we can find a way around that situation.
Well, if you don't
Well,
see
I'm
any
saying-
ice giants now, do you expect to see him then?
I,
Shut up.
I say we take our chances with the mountain. If we go into the camp, we're guaranteed to have to fight an entire camp of orcs and goblins and hobgoblins.
If
I don't
they
know. None of us are very good at stealth, unfortunately, as much as I would like to be. If we go on the mountain, we risk a legend of a possible sleeping ice giant.
That's the legend of hypothermia, because you don't look very prepared for the cold. I didn't bring my fur-lined coat. That's in... No, I think about it. Okay. Anyways, Koo definitely isn't. He barely wears a shirt most of the time.
That's fair.
But also, I
And
don't.
he's right.
As strange as it is to say, I do trust this man. The fact that he would remember us after all of these years.
I don't know who he is.
Don't
And
know who he is.
from what I've seen, all he's done is kill someone leading us somewhere, and now forcing a decision on us, and now we're kind of stuck here.
Do you remember that man we saved in Finglaive all those years ago?
Oh, don't remind me about the Finglaive incident.
But it pales. You actually, he suddenly is just kind of like right over your shoulder, Ku. But it lasts in your memories forever.
You have 3 seconds to back away before I stab you.
Oh, that wouldn't be good for you.
Well, you better not try it.
Oh, don't worry. There is nothing left for me to do here but to leave you with what is here of this little creature.
All
And
right.
you make your
didn't
decision.
do anything.
So long. I hope you make the right decision.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
almost
yeah.
kind of almost fade from you into darkness.
Can we tell what race he was, or was that
No,
the
the
mask?
mask is like fully over his head, and like
This is why I don't like bards.
Like anyone?
I
Or
lose.
He took the glory from him. What's in his pockets though? Now let me think about it.
you look at the hobgoblin.
Oh hell yeah, I'm looting.
All right, make
Hey,
an
what the kids
investigation
doing
roll.
around here? Body.
Give me that investigation roll.
Hell yeah. I'm actually better at investigation this time around.
Has its use.
$19.
All right, you find so he carries kind of a large sack of with him. So he doesn't just have like a simple like little pouch of things. Like he's got a large kind of carrying sack. As you open it up, you do see kind of a number of pelt. So it's kind of, and it's like made like pelt. So it's like it would be ones that would be worn already. Like so, this is more of like seemingly had some type of like small little like travel pack effectively.
Junk, useless junk, useless junk. Right. Well, choices, fellas.
Well, we've done much now.
Who needs a fur coat, right? Why would you need that? What junk, am I right?
Is it actually that warm?
Pretty much. It's
Is that cold up there?
I mean, it already is. You guys left. It is the winter, so you guys would have left in winter clothes at this point already.
Yeah.
Only and let you know, if you're gonna conquer Russia, better pack a fucking winter coat.
Yes, many have failed in that path before. All right.
I'm just.
But do you?
loosening
So
the
do you
grip.
take any? Do you bring up any of the pelts or anything like that?
Bundle up the sack, throw it on my shoulder, and ask the group again.
Looks like we don't have much of a choice now, do we? I swear.
Cool your mountains.
I think we should try. We should try the mountains. I think sneaking past one thing is gonna be easier than sneaking past a lot of things.
Fair enough. Unlike others, I will succumb to diplomacy. Put on the sack again, open it up, and throw.
Winter coats everywhere.
Everyone.
So yes, no, you're each kind of thrown a fur pelt.
Coon.
Kinder, it'll drape
Rabbit.
over your body because you're a little shorter.
Of the fox.
Because these are meant for like creatures that are like 6'4".
I feel
I'm
one
glad you
wrong.
can. I'm really glad you can always count on a Tory to be responsible and share. And then somewhere Taurik spins in his grave.
As we
I feel
will,
legacy. Anything of mine can be shared amongst others that have gained my trust.
as we will end our session, and we will discover what is upon the mountain path next time.
Ah,
Yes.
I hope it's puppies.
yeah, fuck you, purple vested guy. Fuck
Hey,
you.
Lieutenant!
He's a cool guy, though.
Oh,
He's
man.
dead.
As far as you know.
He's a dead guy next time. Cool season.
Remembered to pay us back.
Yeah.
Next time. So long.